What's up, everybody? It's Ryan here. Just a few quick things I need to tell you guys today. First thing is, we will show the winners of the previous brackets each day before voting begins. So voting is only open from 2 to 8 p.m. each day, so at 2 p.m. you can expect the video to roll right out to you guys. And then also, 1 vote per person. So that means if you have a family of 4, they each can vote. Your family of 8, each person can vote. Share them to your friends to get voting out. And then lastly, dates on the brackets are the dates that the results will be revealed. So if it says March 23rd next to Lion King, that means you're going to vote March 22nd. March 23rd, the results of the poll will go out. Here's the results of yesterday's polling. So we have Lion King beating out Tarzan by a mile. Then we have Lilo and Stitch beating out Princess and the Frog. Up and Brave were pretty close. Up beat out Brave 31-21. And then Toy Story beat out Toy Story 2 by a lot. So those are the polling from yesterday. A lot of the polling going on today. And then the results from today tomorrow. See ya. Yo, what's up, people? It's Ryan here.
What's up, Scott?
Yo, today we are going through round 1B of our Big Bracket Challenge. This is a video prepping you guys for polling for today.
Alright, we got 4 matchups today we're going to be talking about. On the Disney side, we got Tangled versus Big Hero 6. We've also got the matchup of Frozen and Moana, which is the heavyweight matchup of today. Over on Pixar, we got Coco versus Cars 2. And then we've also got Toy Story 3 versus The Good Dinosaur.
All right.
Yes.
All
right, so let's go ahead and get started talking about Big Hero 6. Ryan, you were a big fan of this movie. Is that
I'm
correct?
a big fan of Big Hero 6. All right. It's a superhero movie. It's pretty sweet. The whole idea is Hero. He is hanging out with his nerdy brother. They're into like building different things. You got that cool scene with the bots fighting at the beginning against Little Yama. It's pretty sweet. But they get together. They go to this like science fair type competition. And his brother dies in a fire, but leaves behind his creation, which is this inflatable dude named Baymax, who is kind of like...
He's kind of like the Goodyear man, but he's also like the Marshmallow...
Pillsbury Doughboy, all those plump dudes. You know what I mean? It's like this inflatable bot. And they become really good friends after this tragedy, and they end up solving his brother's death together. It's basically the synopsis of the film.
And it's a bit of a tearjerker in the end.
Oh yeah.
Bit of a tearjerker in the end. But you definitely got those aspects of being an action film too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's got really cool music in it. Very Japanese style. It's got cool gadgets. It was a Disney show. It had tons of action figures that came out. Did your kids have those action figures?
My kids did not. No.
Okay.
We weren't really into the action figures.
No.
Much, but,
my nephew was hardcore into them. My brother-in-law. So.
And we got Big Hero 6 pitted against Tangled, which is a pretty heavy hitter. This is the story about Rapunzel who's trapped in a tower, and you get the whole backstory of why she's in the tower. And you got this lady who basically trapped her there, convinced her that she's her mother.
Yeah.
And she's just using Rapunzel for her healing powers. Her hair apparently has some healing powers. But she's saved, and of course, it's got some comedic relief. You got Flynn Rider, who's this guy who comes in and saves her, and you get this whole, you get to see Tangled, Rapunzel smack him with the frying pan, and you got this little chameleon that's running around. So it's definitely a movie that's up there. All of my kids loved it, even my boys. Although I will tell you that this movie's going to appeal to the girls a little bit more than Big Hero 6. One of my favorite scenes from it is, you get this whole idea that she's coming and she get to explore a brand new world because she's never been out of the tower. Which Aladdin, you could use
new world.
It's a whole new world, man. You could use that for every movie, I guess.
Yeah.
But she gets out, and every year her mother and father were the king and queen. They send out these little lanterns, and she's riding in a boat, and she sees all these little lanterns going up in the air. It's pretty sweet. But I would say this is not going to be an easy choice. Yeah. I think this is probably one of the tougher choices our voters are going to have to pick so far.
Personally, I lean towards Big Hero just because of what's in the culture. So, like, you think about Baymax, this hilarious scene where he's losing his battery power, and they're leaving the police station. They go to the house. He's sitting there. He's got Hero's kitty in his lap. It's like, Harry, baby. He says it over and over again. Like, that's been so many, like, Vimeo and Vine videos, and it's just popular.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a tough choice. I'm curious to see how you guys vote at home. Our second matchup is the heavyweight matchup of all heavyweights. And we could sit here and just talk about the songs.
Yes.
We could talk about the songs. Let It Go. Do You Want to Build a Snowman? It's Summer. I mean, those are 3 from Frozen that probably most of you guys could probably
You're welcome.
sing. Yeah, you're welcome. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Are you serious?
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. So great songs. And I will tell you, like, both movies, like, you can sit and watch over and over and over again. I know my kids, when Frozen came out, we watched it on repeat over and over. It was good. Because it definitely, gives you that comedic a little spot, but it also, you got this princess, you got this coming of age where, Elsa's parents have died, and her and Anna are basically growing up, and then they become in charge of this kingdom. And Elsa realizes she's got these powers that she's been trying to hide from everybody, and that's why she needs to let it go, because she's tired of hiding. So she runs off and doesn't realize that she's causing this huge issue for Arendelle that goes into this deep freeze, basically, right?
I love the fact that you know the kingdom's name.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, you've seen
hold up. With this whole Corona thing going on, do you know that the kingdom of Tangled is actually Corona, and all right, you've got Rapunzel, who's been trapped in a tower, quarantined from society. Go look it up.
Yeah. Could it also be possible that her hair protected her from the virus, just like having a beard?
Could have been.
Protects you from a virus.
I think these are probably not helping.
Yeah, they're not helping at all.
This is a germ magnet.
They look cool.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
All right, but you got Frozen. You got a tale of a sister coming back and saving. I mean, you've got kids that have been dressing up like Anna and Elsa for the last 7 Halloweens.
Yeah, my nephew just prefaced to not dress like a Disney princess. He dressed like Olaf. But anyways.
Okay.
I just thought about that when I said it.
Tell me what you think about Moana.
Yeah, Moana's a really cool story. It's got this girl who grows up on this island, and she keeps looking to the water, being like, man, I feel like I belong out there. And everybody's like, no, like, we're island people. This is what we do. We're safe here. This is what we're about. Well, she goes off into the water on this journey, this voyage. Meets up with Maui, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
This demigod, and they go on this whole journey together to find out that her people really do belong in the water. That's their ancestry and their story. It's just a really cool story of harking back to who your people group is.
Yeah, and you've got the whole Hawaiian folklore.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. And I mean, the tattoos on that guy.
Yeah,
they're all moving throughout the movie the whole time.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet. It reminds me of the vases. Now that you say that, it reminds me of the vases in Hercules. How I tell a story.
Yeah,
that's his tattoos.
Or you can go back to He-Man with the ship and stuff when he eats his spinach. I think this is going to be probably. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Going old school here. I don't think. And wasn't that it? No.
You just said He-Man eats his spinach.
Did I say He-Man?
Popeye?
Popeye. That's right.
All right, cool. Yeah.
All right, we'll edit that out, right?
No, we're keeping it. This is it, dude. Yeah.
All right. So that's definitely the heavy hitter. You got Moana and Frozen, huge blockbuster movies.
Halloween costumes, toys, the music, both iconic.
Yeah. So which one's going to win? That depends on you guys. All right, so next up we're going to talk about Cars 2 versus Coco.
Okay.
Tell me, what do you think about Cars 2?
Well, I'm honestly not a huge fan of Cars 2, personally. Now, I'll say this. It's got the lowest IMDb and Metacritic score of most Pixar movies, but Scott, most of the people in their brackets voted, or a good chunk of them voted for Cars 2, at least for the first round.
So how about that if people start picking Coco now?
It's pretty crazy. But I'll let you talk about both of these summaries.
Yeah, so Coco is actually, I think it's a little bit of a niche movie. It's got a little bit different cultural feel to it. It talks about the Mexican culture that going through the Day of the Dead. You got this little boy named Miguel who wants to play guitar, but all his family are shoemakers. Yeah. And so he ends up going back. He dies, and then he goes to try to find out about his family and about why he can't find the other part of this photograph or something from his great-grandfather. He thinks this great-grandfather is this great famous musician, Ernesto. But it goes pretty deep, and it's about finding out who you are, not just what people say you have to be.
Another kind of harking back to ancestry film, kind of like Moana.
Yeah. And then you've got Cars 2. Like, I know my kids loved Cars 2, but I feel like they did a lot of the same type of jokes with like Mater and stuff like that. It's a big espionage film.
Mater doesn't realize that he's a spy
he's a
movie.
spy movie. Yeah. So either way, you know, this one could go either way. It depends on what you guys at home decide you want to do with the voting.
Yeah.
And in the last one, we're going to talk about Toy Story 3 versus The Good Dinosaur.
And we honestly think this is the beatdown.
This is David and Goliath right here.
Yeah.
Toy Story 3 had grossed over $1 billion worldwide in ticket sales.
It's a juggernaut.
I think Good Dinosaur's been on VHS for a long time or something like that. I don't know, you know, Dwayne. Yeah. But this one, you've got those iconic characters. You've got Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Jesse. You've got all these great guys that, you know, they go through this whole thing where they are useless now. Andy's going off to college. So they basically get put out for a yard sale or really trash, right? Yeah. They end up in a daycare. Yeah. And they meet probably one of the scariest characters of all time, that big old purple
teddy
bear.
He's pretty scary.
Yeah. He seems like a nice grandfather.
You got him. You got Ken and Barbie and all their drama.
Oh yeah. Now, one thing that I will tell you that I really enjoyed about this movie is when I taught 5th grade, I had this was one of the big things when Vine was really big. You know, they used to have this viral thing going around where, you know, people would just yell, "Andy's coming!" Then everybody would just fall on the ground like they were toys. Yeah. And so we used to do that in my class with my students.
It's kind of like the floor is lava.
Kind of like the floor is lava. Like I wanted to break up the monotony, so I'd yell, "Andy's coming!" And they'd all fall out of their chairs, and they thought it was good fun. So, I mean, I don't think you're going to get that too much from The Good Dinosaur.
No, I can't think of anything culturally that anybody does from that movie.
All right, so why don't you tell us a little bit about The Good Dinosaur?
So, Good Dinosaur, it follows this idea what if the dinosaurs did not go extinct and they just furthered on civilization, millions of years go down the road. And it follows this one dinosaur and his family named Arlo. Well, Arlo, he gets swept away in this river current and runs into this pesky little kid named Spot that Arlo names, who has been stealing the corn from his farm. And Arlo is hurt, Spot pulls him out of a pinch, and they go on this long journey together to get back home. And that's the premise of the movie, and it's tied around the central idea of earning your mark. And Arlo's dad, before he passes away, is like, "Hey, you need to conquer your fears. I'm trying to push you to conquer your fears so you can earn your mark in this world." And so it's kind of a coming of age, rite of passage type of movie.
But this one definitely falls in that niche of 5, 6, 7-year-old boys and under. It's definitely not going to have that broad appeal that some of the other movies like Toy Story 3. Like, I'm an adult and I still love watching that movie.
Yeah.
You know?
And it has some funny moments, but I don't think it's as strong as some of these other juggernaut heavyweight Pixar movies we have on the bracket.
So this one might be an easy decision when you guys go to vote. Toy Story 3, Good Dinosaur. Yeah, we know where you guys are going.
And we know, like, this is a biased opinion.
Oh, yeah.
But look at these faces. This is a professionally biased opinion.
Trust me, we know what we're talking about.
No.
Alright, so you guys need to tune in tomorrow. You get to find out the brackets between Aladdin and Hercules. You got Little Mermaid, Pocahontas. On the other side in Pixar, we're going to talk about Ratatouille versus A Bug's Life, Finding Nemo, Inside Out. There's a couple tomorrow that could easily go all the way. Very similar to today. Yeah. So we're really curious. You guys get to vote. You guys get to decide what you guys think. Moves on to the next round.
Going back to the 90s, which is cool.
Yeah.
Cool. See y'all then.
Right. See ya. We should have, like,